Right, Act 3, Scene 6. Lennox and an unnamed lord discuss politics in Scotland. Lennox comments sarcastically upon Macbeth's official versions of the many recent violent deaths. The nameless lord responds with news of Macduff's flight to England to seek help in overthrowing Macbeth. So this is almost this is great here. It works as a summary synopsis look at the play. The walls are starting to close in on Macbeth. His story's not adding up. Things aren't right. Here's what Macbeth or Lennox is saying here. My former speeches have but hit your thoughts. They've only coincided with what you're thinking, right? We're piecing this thing together, which can interpret farther. Only I say things have been strangely born, managed. There are some strange things, right? Things are not as they seem. Fair is foul, foul is fair. Remember that theme? Things are strange. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Marry, he was dead. So Duncan did right by Macbeth. He was killed. And the right valiant Banquo walked too late, whom you may say, if it please you, Fleance killed. For Fleance fled. These good people. Duncan was a good, valiant king. Banquo was a great, valiant person. And they were killed. Fleance got away. Men must not walk too late. Who cannot want the thought can fail to think how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father. So remember, that's what Macbeth was sowing those seeds, right? How did it grieve Macbeth? Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquent tears that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Macbeth really put it on, right? He put on a show that he was really distraught and upset. Was not that nobly done? Aye, and wisely too, for 'twould have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it. So that I say, he has borne all things well. And I do think that had he Duncan's sons under his key, and as a pleased to him, they should find what sort of kill a father. If it was up to Macbeth, he'd kill Duncan's sons too, right? So should Fleance. He would kill Fleance. But peace, far from broad words, because of frank talk, and 'cause he failed, his presence at the tyrant's feast. The tyrant's feast. So I like that, right? Tyrant's feast. That's Macbeth's feast. He's already calling Macbeth a tyrant. I hear Macduff lives in disgrace, and he's spreading these rumors about Macduff. Sir, can you tell where he bestows himself? Lord, the son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, the tyrant. They're calling Macbeth the tyrant here, right? Lives in the English court and is received of the most pious Edward. So, Donalbain and Malcolm, right? Macduff here. These are all noble people, with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither Macduff is gone to pray the holy king upon his aid, to aid him, Malcolm, to wake Northumberland in warlike sword, that by help of these with him above to ratify the work we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights. If we're going to overthrow Macbeth, Macduff is working, putting into things so we could sleep at night. We can't sleep at night. We don't know who's going to get murdered. Good people are getting murdered. Everything is in turmoil. Free from our feasts and banquets of bloody knives. Everything's been topsy-turvy. Everything is in bad shape. Do faithful homage and receive free honors, all which we pine for now. And this report has so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt of war. War's coming. Sent he to Macduff. He did, and with an absolute "Sir, not I," the cloudy messenger turns me back and hums as who should say, "You'll rue the time that clogs me with this answer." And that well might advise him to caution, to hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his messenger to come, that a swift blessing may soon return this our suffering country under a hand accursed. Our suffering country. Macbeth's hand is accursed. He is a cursed hand. I'll send my prayers with him. So there's a summation, plotting and planning. Macbeth's already under suspicion, and we see the walls start to close in on Macbeth.